people on TikTok have said that I should begin reading It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna tell you guys what I think of it. Considering I haven't read books since last year, since about like the middle of last year, and I want to get back into reading books. So this is it, and I have brought this like sometime last year as well. So let's get into it. Okay, I am 17 pages in, and there's already a quote that I really don't like. I will admit, the style is really easy to read, but there's one quote I specifically hate, where I think it's Riley goes, "There's no such thing as bad people, we're all just people who sometimes do bad things." And then she's like, I open my mouth to respond, but these words strike me silent, we're all just people who sometimes do bad things. And although I agree with it, I do believe there are genuine bad people in this world. They aren't just people. They are people who are born evil. I don't know why it just riled me up so much. So I'll see how this goes. I'm going to continue reading. Okay, I have put 2 sticky notes in here. So one is where he said like the bad people thing. Fuck, I'm out of frame. The bad people thing, because I wanna read the quote to my boyfriend. And 2, I'm actually kind of nervous on where this is going, because I know it's about abusive relationships, and I had like 2 toxic relationships, and one of them was like verbally abusive. I'm actually kind of nervous to read this, to actually think about. I just try not to think about the toxicity that were in them, and like how much I struggled in them and how miserable I was. But I guess this is just gonna bring it all back. But I like it so far. It's different. It's a lot different than the stuff I read, and I actually like, what's her name, Lily Bloom's A Flower Shop idea, because I'm up to page 50-ish, somewhere around there. So yeah, page 123. It's something. Usually I expect it to be like 1,000 words, like Tumblr. You know, you've read any on Tumblr and stuff like that. They could even be sometimes 10,000 words. This was 2 pages. It was nice, but I was expecting more. I was expecting a little more. I'm up to page 166, and man, I'm sort of waiting for what's supposed to happen to come in, but I'm actually rooting for Atlas, even though like the age difference between the one at the start was like pretty weird, like 15 and 18, but they're like, it's just sort of cute, their romance. The fact that, you know, they're just being all cute and doing what I guess young couples do is just absolutely adorable. I wish I had some sort of like cute romantic love at that age. I didn't have a proper relationship till I was about 18, and that wasn't my worst relationship, but it wasn't a good one either. We'll talk about this another time. I'm going to continue reading it, so I'll let you know. Also, it's only been like 2 hours since I've read it, and I'm like pretty much nearly like halfway through the book. So yeah, this is exciting. So let's see how it goes. Up to page 185. When I tell you my face was like it was just shocked to no ends. I don't really know what to say to this, to be honest. It's fucked. It's fucked so badly. Yeesh. I'm up to 230, and he fucking pushes her down the stairs. What the fuck? My god. She fell down the stairs, you fucking... I'm fucking speechless. What the fuck? Oh my god. And I still have about 100 more pages to go. What the fuck is gonna happen between those? This quote will forever be one of my favorite quotes. It's on page 309, and it is called, he pulls back to look down at me, and when he sees my tears, he brings his hands up to my cheeks. In the future, if by some miracle you ever find yourself in the position to fall in love again, fall in love with me. Oh, I nearly cried reading that. It's so precious, that quote. So this is the next day. I finished the book. I ended up finishing the book. I finished it last night, actually. I just didn't have time to review it. And honestly, I kind of like this book. I know a lot of people don't really like it, but I kind of did. And I think it more had to do with the fact that I could actually relate to this character and the, like, her thought process. I could just relate to her thought process. Because as someone who had been in a toxic, mentally abusive relationship, the way she thought and how she was trying to excuse and be like, oh, he just, you know, like, he has mental issues, you know, like, he didn't mean it. That was exactly my thought process with my ex. I am lucky enough to now be in a loving relationship where I feel completely loved and just all of the above, and he treats me like a princess. But back then, I was in the most mentally draining relationship I could ever be in. And honestly, if I was in Lily's shoes, I probably would have stayed for far longer. That relationship I was in was about 6 months. This one obviously went on for a few years, but the abuse happened like months after. The one I went through, I was pretty much getting mentally abused pretty much every single day. So I know that I would probably still stay with Riley, the character, and that's honestly a scary, I was out of like focus, but it's one of those scary things when you realize that you would actually stay longer than the character in the book, the main character. It's nice to see like sort of stuff like this where Lily ends up breaking the cycle from her mom getting abused to her getting into a relationship and breaking the cycle so her kid wouldn't get abused, or wouldn't see her get abused by Riley, which is really nice to see. I don't know, like, I think this was the intent of the book, is that you were supposed to root for Atlas since day one. You know, ever since the journal entries came in, I was rooting for Atlas. The age difference with like a 15 and an 18-year-old is pretty weird for me. But besides that, the romance was actually pretty sweet. Like, it was actually something that I wish I had when I was that age. Obviously minus the age difference, but just something that's sweet and innocent that a kid could dream of. As I already stated previously, my first real relationship was when I was 18. He basically like pressured me into sending photos. And you know, if I didn't, he would like ignore me when he knew I had abandonment issues, and I don't take getting ignored very well. As punishment sort of thing, and just all that. He was also cheating on me. But yeah. Honestly, I really like this book. It's very easy to read. It's very easy to digest. It's very realism, which a lot of people, I think, if I remember correctly, a lot of people didn't like that. Oh my god, my nose is itchy. If I remember correctly, a lot of people don't like how realistic and easy it was to read, but I actually really like it. Like, how it talks about abuse in such a realistic way. I like that. If I remember correctly, I think some people didn't like the way that she was, like, staying with Riley or something, or Ryle. But the thing is that this is exactly the thought process you would go through if you were with someone like that, you know? Sort of the trying to excuse their behavior, trying to be like, oh, he loves me, he's not like my father who abused me. That's the exact thought process you would have. And it sucks. It fucking sucks when you have that. And I'm honestly really glad that Lily ended up leaving after the third incident. But yeah, it's very easy to read. I finished this in like 6 hours, when usually a book takes me about a day or two to finish. So this was pretty cool. I actually liked it. I would give it about 4 stars. 3.5 or 4 stars. out of 5. I actually really enjoyed this, but it is a hard thing to read if you have been in an abusive relationship. So if you have and you're thinking of trying this out, please be wary and mindful of that, or just don't read it, because it is really hard to read and sort of understand that you were exactly like this person. That is the end of the video and the book review. If you guys have any book suggestions, please comment them down below. I am willing to pretty much read anything, and I would greatly appreciate it. I obviously make another video, another book video. I have a bunch of books all the way over there that I gotta finish, so you will be expecting another book review or another book video or book vlog very soon. So I hope you guys have a good day, and goodbye.